Hello, everybody, and welcome back to
Boo, you whore.
a show about everything drag, glamour, and everything in between. My name is Benji, and I roll more than just a D20 for initiative.
My name is Mac, and I don't like to snack on salt and crackers.
My name is Mikey, and you ain't got to tell me. It's just in my nature.
Okay. And my name is Morgan, and do I talking about one thing or do I talking about the other thing? Hmm.
Girl,
Sure, Jan.
Nasty.
And tonight, period. And tonight we're going to be reviewing season 6, episode 7 of Dragula. All right, but before we get into it, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Give us the tea on what you feel. Let us know. We want to hear. Almost all conversation is good conversation, but I digress. Um, so we get into the episode. The mansion is like, just the cunty way of getting into the thing of the things.
mhm.
One of my favorite quotes at the start of the episode is, and this is in regard to, I think this is in regard to Jaharia. But when is she gonna do good?
Oh,
And that was by Yuri.
well,
Real. I'm
it's
well,
it's funny that Yuri's the one asking that question.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that.
mm,
She knew what
not too
Cameron was
much.
to. No, she
Hot
knew what
In my
Cameron
tea
was
head,
to.
kettle.
in
What?
my Delulu fantasy, Yuri has two wins. So
All right, Laduca.
Right. Little less.
I said,
Just a little less.
oh
I'm
my
the queen
God.
of thunder.
Oh, I will say, just out of like
Copyright.
the display itself of all the ghouls that came back in, Jaharia did come back in, but I saw Pai's mic in plain sight on her shirt, and I was like, that was very distracting. I don't know why. I don't know why. It just was. Mm.
I didn't
Me when I'm
notice.
watching reality TV. TV show.
It's not real.
It's not real.
Oh
What do
Oh
you mean the
God.
camera didn't pick up what they said completely?
Oh my God. Like those Survivor shows that are like, I mean, the shows on YouTube that are like, this is reality TV that isn't real. Did you know on Survivor, they are mic'd up at tribal?
Mama.
It's like, okay.
Uh, I will say, thankfully, they don't have to talk too much during the challenges, because that would be a nightmare. Imagine having to swim while having a pack on, thinking about
Gosh.
electrocution.
And like, I think what's funny to me is that they like when they're just doing the floor shows, they probably do have to think about the mics,
Hmm.
like these huge big ass costumes, and then they do have to like stand on stage in these things and talk to the judges. Like
I notice a lot of them will have the like mic, the end part like in their wig or
that's
like
a that's a
headpiece.
that's a
That's a
theater.
stage. Yeah, that's for the stage.
It because most
Mm.
like when you're doing especially on Broadway, they'll put it like that, clip it to your real hair, and then just put whatever wig you're wearing right over that.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, or if I remember, for y'all who do or do not know, Tyler Perry, famous musical maker and filmmaker.
Never heard of
When
them.
the
It's
when wait, is that an actual thing or you just fucking with
No,
me?
I'm
I was
fucking
gonna
with you.
say no, because I remember watching the musicals and the hair it would be right in the middle where their wig part was.
mhm.
Hmm.
It would be like right here, and I was like, oh, that's a thing.
Sometimes on Broadway, they'll even have two in case one of them just like stops working during the middle of the show, they can just switch
Literally.
to the other one.
Yes. And they just try and make it look like, it's just two different hair pieces.
The more you know.
The more you know. All right, but Auntie starts noticing that Gray isn't bringing as much energy to the conversation, and she's like, "I want to get to know this creature better. Like, there's a lot more than what you're giving me." To cut to Gray sounding as unfazed and unbothered as all fuck. Which I mean,
Yeah.
I live.
I was like
Hmm.
confused why this is happening. It felt like that thing that the shows do where they're like, you should go talk to them.
Yeah.
You should ask them how they're feeling. Or why aren't they talking? Go have a conversation with them. Like this
I feel
person's gonna be here a while, so we need some footage.
I
I'm
feel
like,
like a lot
no.
of the storylines have kind of died off by now,
Yeah.
to be honest.
All the people that had like drama were bad.
Hey,
Any
Scylla.
Yeah.
Lord. Uh I feel like we'll get s- I don't know, an extension of some sort of storyline because right now they're not even focusing on like the anti not anti Asia and Pi um alliance thing. Like they're not focusing too heavy on it anymore.
It got another retouch in the episode for sure,
Hmm.
but it just feels like no, like we're just watching exactly what's happening like play out, and there's
Yeah.
no like there's no real need to like be in the workroom with them or to have those chats anymore because now it's just down to the point of like, well, these people are just not on the same level. So it's like
Real.
we have our choices, and these are not the choices, and so we will be moving forward in that manner.
Yeah.
Real. All right, so the challenge is issued, and it's the world, I'll say world famous, fuck it, Dungeons and Drag Queens campaign, the Underdark.
Mhm.
Listen, after my bitching a little bit, because I will say it was bitching, at the fact that they did not bring back the Monsters of Rock floor show, I'm happy they brought this back. It's not like fully consistent, but it's been consistent from at
Season
least.
3.
Yeah, I think season five was the only jump scare that we got because
Hmm.
it was in three, it was in four, it was in Titans,
Yeah.
and then it skipped a generation into five and came
Was it
back.
in four?
Yes,
I'm
I
trying
think.
to remember for.
Yeah,
Really. Who was in season
Mm,
4?
Like Hoso,
oh,
Coco.
so
Dali,
Dolly. I don't
Sigourney
think they
Weaver.
did.
I
No.
don't think they did it in season
It
four.
was four. No, no, it was three Titans and six at
And now,
least.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
it seems like they're doing it every other.
Real.
Well,
I think it should be brought back more often. I feel like there's a lot more to play with that.
I think it's a
mhm.
great challenge. I think it's like it D&D, like especially the aesthetics of it can fit in really well with like the Dragula aesthetic, and I think
Hmm.
frankly D&D, like the Venn diagram of people who play D&D and gay people, it's a circle.
Mama, it's a circle. Yep.
So
We
like
want you to find the difference in two of these pictures.
I
It's the
think
It's literally
like
the
same.
same picture.
I think like a lot of people like will, especially with how popular it's becoming, like have reference points for this, and can really make cool things out of the prompts that they're given. And I think for the most part, um, that reigns true with this cast too. I was, especially in the looks department at least, I thought a lot of the looks were really strong. Not all of them. Not all of them.
Oh,
No,
this is a side note, but I feel like Benji would be a really good dungeon master.
I
Mm,
agree.
So
Spin
whenever you want to
off.
do that,
Extends claws.
yeah, like just whenever you want to do that, just like let me know.
I mean, I'd be down. We could.
Oh my God. In the off
Wrangle
season,
some gays.
we do a short little like the Boo Horde Dungeons and Drag Queens campaign
Yes.
well,
for a few weeks at
we can't
least.
call it that.
Yeah.
Right, copyright.
Oh, copyright. the Boo Horror campaign for a few weeks.
for
Well,
a few
Benji will be
weeks.
the dungeon master, so Benji can name.
Period. Um,
Slips a
so
20 under the table anyway.
so not only so not only do they have to conceptualize and design new looks based on the roles that they are given, but they must also choreograph a battle sequence. I live.
I think
If
this was a cute like spin on this sort of challenge. I don't know. I wish it was the acting challenge. I think the acting challenge is camp.
Listen, line.
I think I do agree that it should. I think they need at least one acting challenge per season. Not that Morgan loves to talk about how it's turning into Drag Race. I agree and disagree at the same time with that.
I just get nightmare
But
flashbacks from 4.
in with the Exorcisters, no, and I love that, and I want
I
more
mean,
of
it's
that. That was
camp, but I
amazing.
was like, maybe not for me.
If I'm hearing that it's a performance challenge, I'm grabbing Jaharia.
Real.
I'm grabbing Jaharia. Like, come
Down.
on now.
Now, come on.
Yeah. I don't know if this was like it didn't feel like much of a challenge, if that makes sense. Like it was really short, the amount of
Yeah.
time we actually got to see of them doing something
Oh,
for the
yeah.
challenge. Um,
Yeah.
that
And
was
it
my main thing.
and it was lengthened even by the fact that most of it was like basically in slow-mo so that you could like
Right.
really get the whole fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
But like I wish it had been like they get a little scene together and then they fight.
Yeah.
Real.
It was boring. I'll be real. I wasn't like enthralled by any of it. It all looked really fake and like low quality, low budget.
And
Oh
some
wow.
some girls didn't even learn how to use their damn weapons.
Girl, girl.
We'll get into that.
Catnip Everdeen, please. I'm so sorry, sweetie.
Disasterina, honey, I'm so sorry.
No.
Ah,
No, I do apologize on behalf of that one.
ooh,
Disasterina.
No.
what I do like is that they also went to on location again to a LARPing village.
Work.
What? What?
I didn't
Sorry.
know a LARPing village was a thing, but work.
Literally.
I mean, that if they had said it, I probably would have said the same thing. I'd be like, "Oh, that's a thing? Work, mama." Like,
Wait, did
Do they
they
just
actually
live there?
film it at did they film at a LARPing village?
yes, like the Boulets specifically notated that they were going on location to a LARPing village.
Because all we saw was the woods.
Yeah. It's like
Literally, yeah.
And that's like
What LARPing
what I
village?
mean. I
That
was
mama,
like,
that's a backyard. What are you
it's like
talking
it's a
about?
park. Like I think we can just call it a park. We don't have to call it the LARPing Village. It's a park where you like LARP.
they went outside to the woods behind the studio. Like
Like,
Honest,
mama,
when
there's gonna be a Survivor LRG filming next weekend.
Bye. Yeah, like we LARP out
uh
here, the two of us.
the LARPing village is just their own backyard.
Literally.
I
The
LARP,
mansion.
you LARP, he, she, we, they LARP.
Oh, is that the LARPing like song? The anthem?
Girl,
Mhm.
no. But
It's the
anyways,
slogan.
into these roles. Gray Matter got Goblin Warrior. Yuri is a Troll Warlock. Auntie is supposed to be giving Troll Druid. Pi is Orc Warrior. Asia is Tiefling Beastmaster. And Jaharia is Goblin Wizard.
Mm.
So, can we all agree that they were just given that
Yeah.
ahead of
Yeah.
time and
Like
then
I wish
just
we had
randomly
seen them rolling
rolling?
something that had the actual things on it.
Mhm.
That would have been nice
Or like
considering there are a
spinning a
lot
wheel
of
or something. Like I
I
don't
mean
know.
there are a lot of customizable D20 die. Why not?
Yeah. Or like use a projector or something and a
A
Real.
website. Like
projector. They're on the
I don't know.
projector, mama.
They're already on the silver screen, mama.
Like you just edit in you like going on Wheel Decide or something.
Oh,
Wheel of
just Wheel of
Names.
Names, Wheel of Names. I,
Sorry, I'm still
I
on Wheel Decide. I haven't progressed to Wheel of Names yet.
Yeah. I found this amusing, but Asia missing the arrow into Yuri's ass in the lab, just like completely just gone.
Missing the arrow.
The one.
just one.
At least for that section.
Oh, girl.
I
I
counted
My
think
at
my
least
thing about
four.
that is like, if you're not confident that you can make this bow look cunty, why
Don't do a
choose
bow.
it?
Don't do a bow if you don't know how to use it.
Use
Like,
a spear. Use like
Yeah.
a,
The way I thought you said sphere, bitch.
a girl. She could have used a
Use the
spear and it would have
sphere,
looked better.
like
because you
a
gotta
crystal
cut the
ball,
cube.
like a mace. Ooh, that would have been cute.
a
A
morning
cube is a 4D
star.
sphere.
Yes, a morning star would be so cute.
It
Hmm.
would.
Like a cat of nine tails, like fling. Ooh, she could
Ooh,
have been
come
so
on,
cute.
come on, cat of
Ooh.
nine
And it could have
tails.
been like decorated with bones to match her. Oh
Uh-huh.
my god.
Ooh.
Me, Asia, call me.
Ooh, wait, wait,
I
wait.
got some
Let's take a
ideas for you,
slight
girl.
detour then. What else would we do? Because Morgan just basically gave their idea on what they would do.
Well, that was for Asia.
Okay, well, what about yourself?
Well, what are we assigned? Because
Oh,
we don't get to choose
girl.
that.
How about you choose out of one of six of the girls' thing? Because there's an infinite amount.
Okay, I'll do
Or
Goblin
unless you.
Wizard.
Okay, so what would you do for Goblin Wizard?
Not that.
My
Okay, but actually,
Well, I would have been giving more goblin teas for sure. I would have looked a little more rotted. I would have been more brown. Well, maybe not. Maybe we don't need a pinche moment with me on the ride
Oh,
in brown makeup.
Oh, that's not.
Yeah. Reverse, reverse.
hi, Dr. Pepper. Continue.
No, I think I should stop. I think we'll move on to the next girl.
No, that's
Um,
real.
I'm already in a blackface incident, so
my God.
edit this
um,
out.
I think I
Okay, wait.
would.
If I'm gonna edit this out, at least you're not giving Tropic Thunder, bitch.
Girl, you can leave it in. I don't give a damn.
I think if I was doing
I
this, I would want to be the Tiefling Beastmaster.
Yeah.
Um, I just think Tieflings are so cool, and like it it. I wish I wish she would have done more with the like beast of it all. Like, where are the
Yeah.
beasts? Like, you got bones, I guess, but that was one thing. Like, I wish she had like a little animal on her shoulder or something climbing up her leg, and I don't know. She had some sort of like funky animal whistle.
Mhm.
hmm I would be whatever Grey Matter was, wear the exact same outfit and look amazing.
You're like, I would have
Um,
had that. Like,
whenever I play campaigns of D&D, I'm usually something so boring because it's like hard for me to get into. I'm like, ooh, I'm a halfling, like fighter. Ooh, crazy,
It's so
crazy.
quirky.
I know.
Short King.
okay, I rethought what
Literally
my look is going to
shocking.
be actually, and it's going to be more crystal themed. So it's going to be like nature brown vibes, but it's going to have like crystal decals.
Right.
Like I'm a crystal
She said
wizard.
Swarovskis.
I always knew you
Mm.
were a crystal gay.
I'm going to be giving Aurora Gosmic. I'm just going to be serving glamour only.
Looks at Sigourney Beaver slander.
No, literally.
Um, I'm not 100% on what I would do. I feel like I would have to play into like the comedic route of it because I am really short for any of these classes. Any
So
of
you're
them.
going to do dwarf?
I would do Troll Warlock and kind of just play it
Right.
up as like a clumsy like apprentice or novice warlock who doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, has like the fashion sense of a burlap sack, and just Work.
Oh, she wanted to be in the
Oh, so
bottom.
you're going home this episode, work. Okay, good
She
for
said,
me,
I
I
don't want to
guess.
Girl.
wear any good clothes or
You're
outfits.
like,
Can I
I'm
work?
bad at performing, I'm clumsy, and I have a bad drag, so I'm going home.
Girl,
I'm like, oh,
bye.
work, love
She said,
that.
I'm
No,
actively choosing to be bad at all of the categories.
quite literally, there only have been a few costumes where I've literally been like, oh, so they're going home, and we'll get into that. But
Yeah.
but we do want to get into some moments in the cold drone. Gray and Auntie have a heart to heart in regard to like Auntie's past with their parents, and Gray being sober in their sober journey. It was really refreshing to hear because quite literally after hearing like, oh, we don't hear anything from Gray, we don't really get to know who Gray is. It's nice to actually let that side out and share that and actually get to know Gray on that level. Um, Especially with Auntie delving into the fact that, like her family had a really rocky relationship when they were growing up due to their relationship with alcohol. And that's how, although she is not an alcoholic, she chooses not to drink.
Real.
Like, quite literally, that was like, I related to that and like not wanting to drink until
Hmm.
I kind of realized that like I do understand and have control of how much I am able to drink and not to let it get overboard. It's a responsibility to do so. PSA, everybody. Um, and as long as I understand that control, I'll be fine. But like I resonated with that because like,
Hmm.
you know, I won't go into too much detail, but like I definitely resonated with those like feelings and that story of like I'm making this decision to better myself in the moment.
Hmm. I think it's important for stories like that to be shared on shows because it does resonate with a lot of fans. And it's like people can relate to those painful stories or like things about the contestants.
Hmm. It definitely lets you get closer, like on an emotional level, to the contenders. So you're like, if you're already rooting for them, and then you're like, oh, they have their little thing, like, oh, it makes them personable instead of just like
Yes,
a character on the screen. Like, oh, this is a
exactly.
person that has like gone through some shit, actually.
That's where you kind of get people thinking like, oh yeah, they're a person too, although it shouldn't be thought
Hmm.
about like that. Like
Right. And then we got to hear about Gray Matter's big stick, so that was my favorite
that,
part.
oh,
And Becky's.
oh, bye. Uh,
Girl, not too much on me.
would you
Don't
like
want to
to try?
elaborate on that
Would you like
or
to chime in on the heartwarming conversation instead of sticks? Um,
Damn, bitch can't lighten the mood around here.
oh, we can.
Nope, we
So
can't.
I'm gonna take that as a no.
plead
We
the
ain't
fifth?
talking
What
we,
was the
nothing
question?
else.
Oh, I was like, do you have anything to add in regard to like Gray and Auntie's one-on-one? Like any thoughts or perspective?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I mean, I agree with what y'all said that it's like a really important conversation to have. I mean, I know, especially in the queer community, like the a lot of the queer friendly spaces that we have are bars and clubs. So alcoholism is really prevalent in our community, and it's something that is really good to talk about, to know that you're not alone, and there are people around who can help you with what you're going through. You don't have to do it alone. Um, and yeah, I think like y'all said, it was good to, especially for someone like Gray. I think it like harkening back to the conversation that Auntie and Gray had in the beginning of the episode, like it was good to get to know Gray a little bit more, and what what they've gone through as a person to make them the artist that they've become.
Period. And just as I thought that the Pi anti-alliance timeline was simmering down, I forgot I had this note because it comes up.
Mhm.
Um, and that Pi remembers having a conversation with Auntie that Auntie wants to get Asia out. So now it's like a shit, it's shitless back and forth. Like, I mean, it's probably no secret. Like, come on. They're like, I want to get my biggest competition out, and right now they see each other as the biggest competition, which I mean, T, it's
Yeah.
true.
Well, some people had a chance to get some big competition out and then were chickens. So
And
now, because we didn't have that crazy moment happen, this like alliance storyline is kind of all for nothing. Like
Yeah.
and it's unfortunate that we don't get a payoff. And I wish the queens would hashtag do what's fun,
Hmm.
literally,
which
I'm
is
just
create great
waiting
TV
for
moments.
some of these storylines to actually seem to matter. Like,
Yeah.
I want there to be some payoff to the why do we keep touching on the pie and oh my gosh, why did I just forget her name?
Asia,
Asia.
Asia. Oh my God.
Forgot
What?
mother.
No, literally, that was crazy, and I apologize. Like seriously, but
Earband.
okay, fine.
You're done.
Like we keep touching on it over and over and over again, and it's like it doesn't even matter. And then we're talking about, oh, Auntie says she's coming for you. Is there a vote happening that I'm not aware of where like we vote each other out? No. So like, okay, cool. What is she gonna do? Like,
like like give
where
you
is the threat? Like, okay, oh, you're gonna do better than me in a challenge? Okay,
do
In
it
this
then.
that
next
relies on
curse,
me. Like,
no, literally, they're gonna wait for like, ooh, for this curse, you have to do your makeup while having one hand covering an
bro.
eye. It's like, no,
Okay.
please stop.
While in a porta potty.
Right. And then I'm gonna give it to the one person who like has clear experience doing it with one hand over their eye in a porta potty. Like I can't deal with it. I
So all of
can't.
them.
What do you mean they won?
Literally, like, oh, the person who you just handed a storyline for the episode one? That's crazy.
Never seen that before. Um, okay, so we do get to go into the floor show. Listen, the first note I put once I saw Mummy Boulets out there was like, I was like, oh, Drac ate this up.
You can
Drac
tell
ate
Drac was like feeling this look
Mm-hmm.
too.
Drac ate down. Swan did really great as well. Like, duh. I just
So,
I liked her. I sorry, I'm like 50-50 because like I love her shoe choice. I just don't think it went with the dress.
Let me look at these shoes. Hold on.
Is
Like they're
this
cute. Like
the when Drac had the like longer dress and Swan had the shorter
yeah,
dress?
yeah, and then she had
Hmm.
bigger heels.
I
I
actually
don't recall.
I thought that Drac looked better with the like the
Drac, no,
longer.
Drac ate.
Yeah.
Hmm. I think that what are their names again? Swan?
Drac and Swan.
Yeah, Swan 8 per usual. Love the hair. The hair, the bang.
The bang.
Yes.
Be serious. You know
It's
I
so
was living.
cute. Like
It's like right up my alley. Throw a cunty bang on there and I'm like, yeah, sign me up.
Like
The whole look
the
is
like
same.
like Yuri, right?
the candelabra of it all.
Yes.
It was very gothic. Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
It
it was
was
really cool. It was
Yeah,
my favorite look probably so far this season. I was actually like, ooh,
oh,
like
yeah.
this
agree.
is really cool.
And the guest judges are David Dastmalchian and Landon Sider, our season 3 winner. And
The
Landon came in their D&D look.
Period.
Really want to talk about the first guest judge, who I don't remember his name. Um, for those who have seen the movie Late Night with the Devil, that is the first time he's ever been the lead in a movie, and I'm really happy that he got to show off his acting chops and in a quite fun movie. Um,
And
so it's
sorry, to be
cool.
clear, you're happy that who did?
The first judge.
the person that you're a really big fan of. Who was that again?
It's not Dave. It's not Bob.
It is
Oh, it
Dave.
was. It actually
I'm
Oh,
going
it's Dave.
to
Oh,
It's David.
I was about to say I'm going to put the nail in the coffin considering I just named them by name
literally,
a minute
literally first
ago.
and last name
Yes, I
was just
did.
dropped.
and just a refresher. Um.
Miss David
David
Desmond.
Dastmalchian.
Oh, I can't pronounce that surname. It's so okay, Mr.
We'll just say
David.
David. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
Mr.
good, Mr.
Mr.
David's
David.
fine.
Mr. David. Lovely role you were in. He's been a judge for like multiple seasons prior, I believe.
Mhm.
So it's cool to see a judge. This is shady. It's cool to see a judge that we see quite a fair bit being like something cool, like Late Night with the Devil. And now I'm just waiting on to see what Darren Stein's gonna do.
Yeah.
Darren's already been on this season.
No, I mean like outside of Dragula.
Oh, well.
Like what's Darren doing?
And Darren catching strays, not even here.
um, and I will say about Landon, love Landon. I why is Landon the only winner that is like a recurring judge?
I feel like that's been a spot since 5, hasn't it? Or 4?
I
Yeah,
th
Hmm.
and like I just don't know why Landon is the only one that we
Okay.
If we
I,
really,
could circulate,
I think
because we've got another.
l-
I think we had like Dolly
We had Dolly
for one episode.
hmm
for Titans in 5?
and we've
Question mark?
had bitch pudding too, right? Like
Yeah,
yes,
I think
Yes.
so.
like
But
a whole
like
We've
time.
had
once.
I
Vander
wish they would.
multiple seasons.
I wish they
Hmm.
would bring the winners back more.
Yeah.
Um I would personally love to see Vander Von Oddmore because like that's the OG winner. I don't see what they get up to all the time. So I
Hmm.
wouldn't mind a little like, hey, this is what my drag looks like now. This is what I've been up to kind of thing for Vander
Yeah.
especially.
And
So
I'll just speak my truth on Landon Cider. Like I feel like maybe we're just seeing too much Landon Cider, and I'm already getting like over it every time because we hear the same stuff all the time from Landon, like about details. It's always something like that. And I'm starting to get annoyed overall just because Landon will start talking about details. And like when you were in the competition, yeah, you were very detailed. But now, like, you're sitting on the judges panel and the details aren't detailing for me.
well, hold on now because Landon wasn't able to spell intelligence that one time.
Exactly. So, like, we see, we see what
Mm,
you're working with here, and it's just not
yeah.
giving the critiques that you're giving. So, not that you're not qualified to give them. Obviously, you are. You won the competition. But I just get a little over it.
Yeah, I can agree with that for sure. Oh, excuse me. Um, I don't know. I feel like I think that kind of goes hand in hand with the with my point of like I wish we could see the other winners more.
Hmm.
It's partly that too.
Yeah. Ooh,
Um,
I miss bitch
does
pudding.
does anyone have a favorite winner?
Yeah, which one? Me over here like, oh, I miss.
I think I think like
What?
it's hard because I think my favorite like winning story and like through line of the entire season, like hands down, is Butch Bitch Puddin.
Butch.
Butch Puddin. Um, but like I mean, Vander is also such a good winner. She was the first one. All of the winners have been really great, especially like some of the newer winners like New Hulu, Dali. I mean, hard to call Dali a newer winner, but
Yeah.
I actually think that Dali is my favorite winner, and I think Dali, their Dali winning, I think I had like the biggest reaction to, especially because in that season it was like the first time four people had made it to the finale. So a lot of people loved Sigourney. Hoso was really great, and then Saint,
Saint was there
and
too.
then Saint was the fourth. Was in the
Option.
finale as well.
and
Um,
Saint was the winner of Resurrection.
exactly. So Saint gives like mini winner.
I love how they were like, oh, this person's gonna come back for a season. We're also gonna bring back this other person too.
Yeah,
We really wish it was them, I guess, that had come back and won. But
I will say, like, my favorite is a toss-up between Vander and Dolly. Um, Vander,
haste.
aside from being the first winner, had such like realized concepts that were like it could be art, it was high fashion, it was cunty down to the T. And it, I mean, all of the drag of these artists are thought-provoking in one way or another, but like it was just you could tell that they were on a different level at that time, whether they came back, whether they arrived like that. Like you could just tell they were sharpened, galvanized, focused, ready, and I enjoyed every single minute of it.
I remember Vander's. It was the like ghost episode. I think no, it was the zombie episode where they had to be zombies,
Oh, yes.
and Vander showed up with like the like, kind of more skeleton look with the prosthetics, I
Hmm.
believe, or like
Yes.
the mask or something. And
Hmm.
I remember looking at that look and being like, definitely winning. And it's like
Real.
very hard to change in my mind. I believe I might have put Vander's that specific look in my like top 10 looks of all time.
I think so.
So, Lavender, please come back to the show.
We haven't seen her since three. We need to.
Agreed.
All right. So speaking of lurks, though, we have visual aid.
Per.
Because up first to the stage, we have gray matter. Once I saw this, I was like, this look eats down, like down to the chainmail, the armor, the characteristics in general. Just but when I saw the woods, I was very much like, oh, it reminded me of the season five premiere. I was like, did they use the same location?
That's not a
They
backyard, so
Uh,
maybe.
it could still fit a van. Um,
Um, I feel bad because they showed Gray and then they showed everyone else's. I was like, oh, like they showed the best look first. Um, I love this look. I think it perfectly embodies the race and the class, which I can't remember. Goblin Warlock.
Goblin
Uh,
Warrior.
what? Yeah. Yeah. That.
Mhm.
I I think the prosthetics are amazing. The
Down.
outfit is detailed so lovely. It definitely isn't giving like haunt actor. It's giving like
Mhm.
drag. And it's really cool.
And it doesn't need like the thing about Gray is he doesn't need a lot to push it over into being drag. And I think even just the addition of the spiked tits brings it to a level that is like what the Boulets are asking for. You know what I mean? I think it just needs to have that little bit of camp or that little bit of zhuzh to just push it over the edge. And I think Gray has really like figured out how to do well for the Boulets. Like this is super well crafted, totally hits the mark, and yeah, I think I mean I agree. I think it was bold of them to put this one first.
Yeah, that's the only thing I thought of when I first saw this. I was like, oh, that was so rude, honestly, to everyone else. To be like, okay, we're starting from the top and we're working to the bottom. Um, that's exactly what it felt like. This was really cool. Like, definitely a woo.
Woo!
Woo!
For me, it is also a woo.
This is also a woo for me. I mean, undoubtedly so. I mean,
Mhm.
look at the material.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of material, on to
Material
the
Girl.
material girl.
Oh,
Uh,
she's smiling.
she sure is. Next onto the
You're
stage.
perfect. You're
S-
beautiful.
You look like anti-heroine.
Real.
You're a model. But
Work.
I don't know why it was so silent. Um, so there's been a note amongst the Reddits that um Auntie does stick to a certain style in her makeup, and I'm like, I'm not mad at it. Like, quite literally, it's a character coming to life in every way, shape, or form and how she sees the challenge. And it's not like she doesn't diversify it in some way, shape, or form. It's not like she's slapping on the quintessential anti makeup, whatever that looks like, and then being like, oh, here's a thing.
Well,
Like, it's
kind
not
of.
just drag and drop.
Yeah, and I think there's like there's a fine line between like doing the same makeup every time and having a signature and like Auntie, I think she toes the line well.
Hmm.
Um, I think she does enough most of the time that it is like it works for the outfit. This time, I don't know. I wish there was a little bit more because like she's what an orc druid, troll druid,
Uh, she is a troll druid.
troll. Yeah, I think she could have done more to make herself more troll. The druid part, bang on. I think the staff, the mossy back, all of the like the potions and the bits and bobs, the earthiness of it all, the mushrooms growing on her shoulder. Great. The if you took the head off and put it on a completely different look, like I wouldn't be surprised. Do you know what I mean? I don't
Hmm.
get this big poofy like
It's disjointed. It's
it's
That's the troll
disjointed.
super
part.
disjointed. And honestly, it's
So,
mostly just the hair. Like it's giving like trolls rather than troll. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Real. Yeah.
Yes. Um, for me, I could tell that it was something troll related from the troll doll hair.
Yeah.
It looks like if you got like the big troll hair and you just tease the fuck out of it.
Hmm.
Um, Enty is known for like the signature makeup and having the big poofy hair. Kind of Abdouish, but not really like their own version of that.
Hmm.
Um, and sometimes it can be a little same at times.
Mhm.
But overall, I do really like this outfit. I agree that it does feel a little not completely like together. I think there is a disconnect for sure with the pink mixing with this like more earthy blue, like the blue skin tone with the green moss and whatnot. But overall, I still like it. There's improvements to be made, and I'm gonna give this a woo.
It's soft from me because the head really like throws it off for me in a weird way, but it is still like the rest of the outfit. It's a woo.
I will also say overall, this is a woo for me. Something I noticed, which um, I don't think was meant to be caught, is that you could tell with the prosthetic in her ear that it was a bit wobbly when there was movement. Um, I would have loved for that one just to be glued down like just a tad more, so that way it adheres to her skin and goes with her rather than showing that it's working against her.
She said, I don't have any spirit gum glue in the backyard. But also I really need to make sure that I serve underbite.
Right.
Well, overbite. No, underbite. Yeah.
It's on the
Just
right.
like what one
Um,
does Alyssa have? Not that one.
Over.
please.
And that was
The
a
Alyssa,
claim. That wasn't.
the Alyssa Strays this season was crazy.
Alyssa, I'm so sorry, honey.
No, literally. But I didn't get to talk about how much I don't like this look, and so I'm going to talk about it now. I don't like this look. If that wasn't apparent by what I just said, I think it's super disjointed. I think the signature makeup doesn't go with the look whatsoever. I don't get troll druid from it. I think the nature vibes are like enough. I The thing I like the most about it is the staff. The staff is super cool.
The staff
I wish
is
I
so
had that.
cool.
Yes.
That thing looks so freaking cool. It reminds me of like Spiderwick Chronicles.
It reminds me of
Um,
Tack a little bit. If any of you guys remember that.
Hack? No.
Like attacking the power of Juju,
Yes! A
bitch.
little
what?
bit.
Me what?
Just a little bit. That's a smaller
Um,
staff, but
okay, shout out to the TAC fans. Um, TAC fans, where y'all
all one,
at? Follow us.
Tax
all one
stands
of
rise
you.
up.
TAC
Ah,
Hive.
give us
I'm
a
not done
like
talking
if
about
you
how much
do
I don't
like
like this.
Tack in the staff of
So,
dreams.
one thing I really hated is that over like when I first looked at it, I was like, I don't really like this, but I like their group enough to where I'm not like looking for things I don't like about it more. But then they
Yeah.
started talking, Landon had to sit there and be like, let's talk about the details. I love these details so much. And then they're like the eyeballs, and they cut to the eyeballs and the gold, like the eyeballs in the glass container, and they're just like plastic eye, like they looked so fake. And so they start like zooming in on all the little details, and I'm like, oh, these look bad. Like the more we zoom in on them, like far away, they look kind of like, oh, it's like whatever on me. But then when we're like zooming in, I'm like, Mama, those are plastic. Like those look those look bad. And they're like, oh, I got the little mushrooms on you. I'm like, we don't need to zoom in on the mushrooms anymore. And the mushrooms look weird and like misplaced. I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. I'd say this was definitely still ranked like third overall. Um, but for me, it was still like a boo.
Hmm.
That's real. Overall, I thought Gray and Auntie's fight scene was good. It kept me entertained.
Hmm.
What I was worried about was when Gray's left foot went to the back, it looked like they slipped while trying to step into the next part of choreography. I was like, was that on purpose? Do y'all mean to do that? Or did Gray flub?
I'm gonna be
Uh,
real. I don't
oh.
think I even noticed the moment that
Yeah,
you're talking about. So
I don't either.
They like zoomed in on it, which was
I think
weird.
it
I was
makes it
like,
more real.
I
yeah.
mean, it does, but if they were trying to sell it as a plot point, I was like, I don't know where you're going with this, but okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, none of them really gave like we have a plot happening. Like it was very much like I do my thing and I do my thing, and then we do a thing together,
Together, the
and
end.
then we step
Yeah.
apart, and that's all. Like we're done.
And park. But speaking of park, next to the stage, like,
I love that. I love that. That's like Benji's thing. The segues.
is pie. Now this I was happy with.
Hmm.
Oh, the axe is bugging me in the GIF, but the overall construction of the axe, live. Battle
Like
armor,
that
live.
that was my thing with it too. I was like, this all looks so cool, but then when she dragged it across the ground like that, I was like, oh,
Yeah, and then
that
the fight
didn't
scene too. The fight
that
scene when
looked
it went like and like wobbled
like
so
it's
severely.
wobbly and it's like and like I don't know. It didn't look good. If you're gonna have a
Mhm.
prop like that, you need to know how to use it right so it looks
Yeah,
good. And
and
that
she knew
like
heading into it too. She was like, "I'm worried about my, I'm worried about my stuff. Like
Quite literally, she said,
everything's."
I'm gonna have a mental breakdown.
mhm. But the overall outfit work.
Mhm.
Like the prosthetics are great. The bodysuit, the painted bodysuit is really cool. The outfit itself is it gives the warrior vibes that she needed with like the furs and the leathers and all the bones and everything. And then I mean to top it all off, the big fucking cock ring in the middle, like and to make it that big too is Cam.
Mhm. Yeah, it was so cool. I was immediately on seeing this. I was like, okay, this is another good duo. Like they're gonna kill and like half delivered for sure of that
Mhm.
group. But the performance was cool. It was like, did the acts take me out of it a little bit? Yes, but you know, they didn't really have to do much with it anyway. So
Right.
I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna be like, that's the end all be all. It wasn't much we were working with. It was more about the look overall. So
They reminded me of like an update of like the character Ogre from Tekken. Like it's so oh god or I can't even remember what the name it is, so I'm gonna leave it alone. But because to be
This
so real, I see it, but like
to me it gave very like World of Warcraft vibes.
yeah,
very
like
very
Yes,
I
that.
remember there
very.
used to be a cover of
Yep.
World of Warcraft that had a like green orc on it, and that's immediately what I thought of was like that cover.
Yes. No,
Hmm.
And I've never played that before, so
I had a neighbor that played World of Warcraft, and I
yeah,
remember looking at the covers being like, "Ooh, they look cool."
yeah. I don't know
Um,
why I remember that specific one. Maybe that was like the one they used for a long time,
Yeah.
Hmm.
but yeah,
I
I like it.
over, overall I really like this outfit. This is so nitpicky. I'm noticing in this particular image, there's like on her head, there's like two little bones protruding on one side and not the other.
Hmm.
And like, what's that about? Like, I
Oh,
wanna,
she got advice from Satana. Oh,
Goodbye.
yeah, asymmetry.
yeah. Everything has to be asymmetrical. It's
Is
fashion, don't you know?
It
but
it's
is it
like such
fashion?
a tiny little nitpick, but I look at that and I'm like,
It's
put it on
fashion.
the other side. Put it on the other side. I don't care. Um,
Or don't put
everything
it.
else I like.
Honestly.
I like everything else.
Yeah, it was
Um,
definitely ranked like number two for me. I was like, this is
yeah,
good.
yes, yes.
Yeah, I
And
give.
also, I was a little surprised. My bad. I just want to say,
Oh no, you're good.
Pi Pi sometimes will do like the most predictable thing, and
Hmm.
I guess the way that Morgan and I can immediately look at this and think of World of Warcraft Orc
Yeah,
maybe might look a little predictable, but I think the way that they've styled themselves
I
and
agree.
how detailed this bodysuit is. I think it's pushed a little bit
After you
above.
said that, I literally it like had an epiphany about pie and my problem with pie. It is always like this is the standard route you should go, but done really well. I'll say that. Like I've enjoyed it every time, but it's also always like the first thing I would think of.
Yeah.
Wow, clock that
Ooh.
tea. Clock that
Clock,
tea.
clock the spook. Um, I will give this a woo.
Woo! Woo!
Woo.
Come on, vocals.
Woo. Shuttle. Um, but speaking of vocals on the runway, next to the stage, we have Jaharia. And
Oh,
I got,
we want to talk about vocals. All I'm thinking is, huh, I'm scared.
huh?
Jump scare.
I'm acting. Um, Listen, my first note, and I quote, was, "I fear for our exorcister." I do. Like they got her good during the judging. They said she's giving
Woo!
Tito Jackson, she's giving disco, she's giving I'm I'm seeing please I'm a star.
I just don't know why this is the choice that she made.
Yeah.
This is so fucking bad. This
This
image is this is camp actually. This is very
Okay, wait. Now
campy.
wait a minute. Now wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm seeing the vision. Let me describe it to you.
I want to
Let me
unsee
paint
it.
let me paint the picture here. She was chopped off at the waist, and that's magic. Like she floats around like a genie.
As seen with the
oh, and
yes.
those are like
Yeah, like it's like shimmery gold that she like floats around on. That
right.
was the vision we're giving. I see it. I see it.
I'm glad you
Um,
do.
I'm gonna speak on it first because y'all are haters, and I'm gonna be a Jaharia truther here. Even though this is getting a boo after I say
Okay.
everything that I say, okay? I'll preface with that. This is like boo down. Um, However, I think the top half isn't that bad, and I think using the gold glitter was kind of cool, but we went a little overboard using that for some reason. It gave very much like I was making the top half, it was turning out okay, and then I ran out of time, and I had this stretch fabric, so I made some pants really quick because I thought it gave like wizard, but I don't think it was that bad. If we like, because in the video portion, you really couldn't see the pants. They weren't picking the light up
No,
at
she was
all,
in
which is also
movement.
bad. Like the glitter pants, and like they're not even doing the thing they're supposed to do, which is catch the light. Um, it wasn't that bad though for me. If we didn't have the bottom half, I think this
Hmm.
would be like a safe fourth place, and so I'm giving it a safe fourth place if I'm the judge.
I think for me what this needed was just more details because
Yeah.
it
Mm-hmm.
the sure it's a wizard's robe, but like if you didn't have the staff, I would just think you were like a scholar, or some person wearing a robe. Like I don't even
Do you go
really
to the
get
College of Winterhold?
like and what is she? She's a goblin, a troll,
Or
She's
she's a
Why is
goblin
she
or troll.
green?
she's a goblin wizard. Why is she?
right? Um, so she's not a goblin actually. She's a person painted green. She is Elphaba,
Real Wicked promo is unreal.
Is
literally.
your is your blank green?
I'm
Throw it
gonna
out
say
there.
it. Her pussy is green.
Real.
Um, but yeah, like I it's not the glitter necessarily that I'm mad at. I could have gotten behind the glitter if there was more to this outfit to make it look good.
Okay, here's my thing. If I wanna be a warlock or like a witchy spellcaster type of class,
Yeah.
then I would look at like maybe a Gandalf or like Agatha Harkness, more I think like more like flowy type of outfit with a cute little hat or something. Um,
Slay.
why are you giving Boogie Wonderland? Boogie Wonderland. Like, oh,
Dance,
When you
dance,
watched Happy Feet,
dance.
exactly.
when you played the Happy Feet on the Game Boy.
Ah.
Okay, don't sing too well, we'll get copyright strikes. So
Girl.
down an octave. Um,
And slow down backwards.
Literally.
exactly.
But
I
overall, no, I give it a boo.
I'm so sorry, Sister Jaharia. Like, I love you, but it's a boo, sister.
I love queens with good drag. That's what I love. This is a boo, and it's a big old boo boo.
Mine's a medium boo. Mid-size sedan vibes.
She got the hatchback.
Yeah.
Literally, she got all the
Right.
extra room for the
It's
mileage.
giving Christmas vacation.
Yeah.
Right.
Is it giving National Lampoon?
Yes, me.
Holiday Road.
Ah.
Oh, yeah, that's strike three. We're out.
All right, bye,
First,
sisters.
first it was let
Ah.
loose.
I said let loose. Speaking of Lucy LaDuca winning 6 challenges on Drag Race
And did.
to herself, last
That's a
moments to
known fact.
Jahari. As we get into Miss Asia Okay, listen, we got a lot. We
Oh,
got a
sister.
lot.
Oh, sis.
Let's talk about the outfit
Sister.
first
Okay.
because the look I thought was cool. I think it didn't get all the way there for me. Like I was saying before, like I wish the beast of it all was a little bit more. Um, and I wish the bottom half was giving a little bit more than a thong and some thigh guards. But the idea of it, I'm into. The details on the top half, cool. The make face and the makeup, great. I think overall it ends up again below the mark for me. And as cool as I do think the makeup is, it's giving a little Darth Maul, which like I don't think was the intention.
Or like the Red Devil from Insidious.
And I wish this cool marbling that she has on the bodysuit, I wish carried up a little bit more into the face.
Agreed. Because like it's
Because
all the way through her bodysuit.
I think it kind of hits the issue that Morgan has sometimes when the body paint doesn't match the face paint. It felt disjointed again because up top you have red and black, but then everywhere else you have this red and gold. And I wish there had been more gold brought up into the face. I think it could have brightened it up a little bit, took it out of that Darth Maul vibe. But I don't know. I'm like that. I want to like this so bad, but
That's the issue I'm having with the critique right now. Is I feel like you want to like it too much just because we love Asia Consent. This is the ultimate chop. This is the ultimate chop of chops. This look is a mess down. especially from Asia Consent, who has been eating in the looks department down to so many details, and then you walk out in this
Real.
drama. This is on like Scylla level. Like this is bad. It
And
looks a disaster. You have like weird horns that are like randomly placed into it to give you beast, I guess, but they don't really match your vibe. They literally look almost blue in the lighting compared to the red of you. You have different types of bones coming out of you and like in odd places that don't really make sense. Like on the bottom, they're coming out of your shoes only for some reason. Like
and your thighs, like what is that?
literally, like it's just it's just not to the level. And Asia knew it, everybody knew it. So like you just dropped the ball this time.
Yeah.
Um, I do agree with Mikey. Darth Maul looks quite different from the last time we've seen them. Um, I will say I don't know if people realize this, but I do think there is a pun in Asia's outfit. She has a boned corset.
Girl.
The corset is boned. I'm
Oh, she
um
cracked herself up with that one.
this outfit is not great at all. I did like the like glow in the dark neon type of thing. That's it.
The what do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Like,
Everybody
go
had that though.
did they?
It was like under glow light.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind then. I thought she
Yeah.
was different and unique.
Nope.
She's this is bad. Um, I
Yeah.
you're an archer. Like,
Oh, we didn't
take
even.
the
Oh,
we've not talked about the performance yet.
Oh, not
we
We
just
yet.
skipped right over
haven't.
it.
I
Oh
I
my
did
god.
say we should talk about the outfit first, but it's like, girl.
You're an archer. You have a ranged thing. Why do you have like like the bones? Make the bones like look the same in terms of the color, and then you can add like details like blood on some of them or whatever. But the like Morgan said, the bones are in weird ass places. Like, what if like what? First of all, what the fuck are the things on her thighs? They aren't kneecaps. That they're not at the knee. Literally, what are they?
They're like pieces of spine. That's what it looked like.
No,
Real.
like the black thing around her thighs. What are those?
Oh, like
They're
a
thigh guards.
yeah.
For what? But your knees are exposed. Have you seen Skyrim? An arrow to the knee? Like,
Girl, and she
let's
almost
be
did it to her damn self with that fucking
let's
knife.
be
Literally.
let's be real. Let's be real for a moment.
And let's be really real.
The ears of I don't know, they like there's some like fine things about this, but like overall, um yikes. Not it for me. And this is my second least favorite look. Jaharia for me takes the cake.
I think another thing for me regarding the bow is that like I think there's a lot of choices she made in the outfit that are just kind of like incongruent with the with her being an archer. Like, why are you going to be an archer and have all these things poking out of your wrists that could catch on the bow and
Hmm.
off your shoulders? And why do you have all these things spiking up, making it so that you can't properly get all the way back with the bow? Like, it
Yes.
it contributed to why the performance was so bad, because
Yeah.
even if she wanted to be doing the correct thing with this bow, she couldn't because of her outfit.
Hmm.
You like the choice of the things around her like arms, like the wrist area with the random ass spiky things. like how are you supposed to give Merida or Katniss Everdeen if your bowstring is being caught up in those little like car washing machine things?
Hmm.
Like,
It was just really poor decision making overall. Because also, I'll just say it, when I hear what you're assigned, I'm not thinking bow and arrow right away, honestly. I was not thinking that at all. And I don't know why that is where her mind jumped immediately. And I was like, oh, okay, she's gonna make that work. And then we get this look, which was just like nothing. And then we get the performance, which is I never even practiced, and like admits to it. And it's like, yeah, I should have practiced with it. And like, I dropped the ball, and I'm like, that's not what I expected from you. That's why it was so disappointing.
if I had this prompt, I would I would keep like the I'd keep the corset kinda in like the little panty thingy, but I would construct a cloak, like a cloak made out of like a demonic looking cloak with a bunch of bones.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking of like Robin Hood, how he is like the green cloak, or like the Green Arrow has like the green cloak. And I think like a demonic looking cloak with the same marbling or something with like bones on it. I think that would be a really cool way to add on to this without this looks like way too many details. If you had that like cloak with the some bones or demonic looking, similar to what the outfit has, and then you have like you've got like a string that like cover it's like technically covering you, but you can still see all the like body of like your of like the corset and the panty and the boots or whatever. Change the boots though. But besides that, I think it would look really good.
I
I think it
think
would
that
look so good.
I think that's what happens to continue to be her downfall, is
Mm-hmm.
that she tries to coincide her sexiness with every single challenge, which isn't wrong for branding, but not everything is going to call for it. So it
Mm-hmm.
kind of have you kind of have to use your best judgment and be like, okay, what sticks and what doesn't. It's also an opportunity for you to grow as an
Mm-hmm.
artist, not just bring what you do to the table, which I mean, it's a double-edged sword on that one, but
Mm-hmm.
for me, this is a boo. Like I enjoy it, but the fact that you couldn't get your choreography together, and the fact that there's like too many things that feel hodgepodge instead of feeling a little more cohesive, like bone placement. Why are our bones shooting out like that when I know our insides do not look like that?
Mm-hmm.
Like I want it for Asia very badly, but this is not a great week for her.
Yeah, it's a boo down.
It's a boo, Asia. I'm so sorry, sister.
Oh
Sister,
my
we're so
god.
sorry.
Stop
This is
apologizing to her for this. Like, she should be apologizing.
this
Real.
is definitely a boo. I just very, very, very want to quickly talk about the performance of her. Um, you have the most difficult thing to work with, a ranged weapon, which like it's not like something you're holding, you can just be like like a fucking lightsaber or something. It's like you physically have to do something. Practice, like go before the season, like go to a little archery range and get some little practice in and like you could have recreated like a cute little Matrix moment of you like shooting the thing and Yuri's like like bending over backwards. I think that'd be so iconic. Anyway, boo.
It's a boo, sister.
All right, and last but not least, speaking of bow and arrows missing this person's ass, last but certainly not least, we have Yuri. I would like our resident Kiwi to go first.
Okay. Um, there are things I really like about this look and things I really don't like about this look. For me, I really love the way that they've made the face shape look. Um, oh, sorry that image. Okay. Looks better in the dark. Okay.
Yeah.
I I like the way that they have their face. They're I think the bodysuit's nice. I don't think it's like the best bodysuit we saw at all. Um, I what is their racing class,
It
if you remember?
is. Well, I
Troll
did because I
Warlock?
typed it.
Something
Yes,
Warlock.
troll warlock.
Okay. Um, I think this is so much better as a like a Warlock outfit than Jahari's in my opinion. It is it's not gold sequin, to start off. I think the color could have been different, like even darker, like an almost like a midnight blue,
Yeah.
um, or something like the I like what they did with the stuff, but the actual like green thing in the middle looks a little hot glue gun. Um, the hair is a shake and go. Um, you're I'm learning that Yuri isn't the best wig stylist in the world. Great makeup artist. But I think Yuri has some things to work on. And yeah, there's some things I like about this, some things I don't. It's very mixed for me.
I agree. I'm kind of in that same camp of like, I love her makeup, but her hair seems a bit flat for me. Um, like it suits her class. I think she understood the assignment. I just think that she didn't get extra credit on that assignment. Like, I want her to come in with the confidence while performing, like that she has while performing, and bring it to like your floor shows. It's no different. Like once you infuse that, that's that like special something that Yuri is like, okay, I've arrived. Um, so yeah, not my favorite. Just because I how do I put this? So I feel like there's still more to do. It's not like it's busy enough, but I feel like it could be a little more busy to make all the components come together. Um, I love the shoe though, bitch. I just saw the still and the fact that she has on a yike, a troll stiletto. I live for that. So,
Think for me, the like I will say I didn't mind the light up part. I thought it was like none of the other magic users I feel like took it to that level with the magic where they were actually trying to give some sort of magical effect, and I think that worked for me. But the outfit itself, it's like bulky in the wrong places, and
mhm.
it's like the bodysuit is a little wrinkly, the hair chop, um,
Come on,
and
human hair unit.
like I think like the best thing about this outfit for me, I would agree, is Yuri's makeup. But even that, something that like Violet pointed out is rather than having like prosthetic teeth or even just like a set of teeth that she just like like a set of like plastic vampire teeth, she painted these little teeth on her lips, and it gets the point across, but it doesn't look very good. And
Yeah.
it like I just really I needed this to be more from Yuri because like I mean we've talked about this as a group a little bit, but like Yuri at this point needs to step it the fuck up or she's going to be gone. And
Literally.
this just like didn't get to the level I needed to see from Yuri. I think I agreed with her placement as safe, but safe bottom.
Hmm. No,
The-
I
Well,
think that
yes.
Yuri should have been in the bottom two. I would put Yuri in the bottom two because you're in the worst like duo. And I think this outfit didn't get critiqued enough, honestly, by the judges because this looks a mess in a still. Like worse than it did to me already. Like this looks a mess. The blue, like it looks like it's almost trying to be purple, but like it's coming off blue, like bright blue. And it looks weird, like it's clashing with you. It looks weird. And like this looks like it's made out of styrofoam compared to our other staffs we saw. Like this is the worst one. It looks like you made that in
Well,
your room.
Jahari's was the worst one because it was a nothing burger.
No, no, this is the worst one. This looks fake. This looks like it's made out of literally styrofoam. So
Anyway, agreed to
it's a
disagree.
chop, and that wig. Oh,
Mikey and
that poor
I
wig.
are Yuri truthers.
Right.
I mean, don't get
Morgan's.
it twisted. This is still bad.
And like
Well,
I kind of it's giving like Shelby Marks tease, like going out to the fight with her robe on.
Girl.
Like it's a chop. It's like be
Yeah,
serious.
it's a boo for me, unfortunately. I'm so sorry, Jaharia.
It's,
Or
oh,
Yuri.
Yuri.
no, why is
Did.
Jahari in it?
This
This
is
is the
this
better of the two Warlock looks, actually.
I will say no, I agree with that.
I think they were on par with each other.
For the most
No.
part. Yeah,
Boo.
the bias
Boo.
Boo.
the bias is showing. But with that being said, oh, I said Aisha's bow and arrow is the new Neo playing guitar.
Girl, literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
My fucking God. It was so like
But not as iconic.
in
Real.
in week one, I kind of had my expectations from Yuri drop, and I'm like, okay, I don't think Yuri's gonna win after this week one performance. This is the first time I've looked at Asia like flopping something. I'm like, I have less hope in Asia,
Mm.
but who knows?
Um, but speaking of winners, the winner, or should I say winners, are Anti-Heroine and Gray Matter.
Hmm.
Okay.
I think
Speak
it
your
should have
truth.
I
been Gray.
Yeah.
I
We're getting wins out to everybody. Everybody gets a winner.
well, why don't they sneak one to Yuri? You know?
Literally, like
Not gonna happen.
since we're just
But
throwing them around, just give one to everyone. Everyone have a win.
no, this isn't the girl group challenge during UK. I
It might as
mean,
well have been.
um, but like, I mean, considering it was like a duo effort, it made enough sense to me. It's not like just off of a whim because we want to.
I I agree with that sentiment when they're like evenly matched.
Mm,
Like when there's not like a very clear like this person did better, I'm always like, yeah, like they should win as a group. They did well as a group. It was cohesive and both of them did equally well. But this one had like a clear winner. So keep it.
I wouldn't have minded a gray solo win, just saying.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I feel like looking at stats, we have now three people with two wins and one bottom, and now in Pi, I think has one win and zero bottoms. And I feel like by now we can tell that that's going to be the final four. I love Yuri, but I have to be real and honest. And unless Pi ends up in the bottom, flops so bad, and Yuri does so amazing in the next challenge. Because at this point, I do not see Auntie, Gray, or Asia not making the finale.
Right.
And I said that like 2 or 3 episodes ago when
Yeah.
we saw the graphic.
It's like I have ESPN or something.
My fifth sense.
I got a thick sense. Uh, but the bottoms, unfortunately, but I think it's pretty obvious, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's Jaharia and Asia consent. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I agreed.
Based
and
on
I
the
did
edit, I
too.
was like, of course these are the two people. Like,
I mean, they were saying earlier that an extermination is a ritual to winning Dragula, so
Which
for
is
the,
bullshit, but
oh,
I mean, essentially, yeah, but for their extermination challenge though, they have to solve riddles. If they guess it correctly, their skin remains untouched. If not, they get a trashy ass tattoo.
Cynthia cameo again.
mother.
Love.
Yes!
Mom.
Say mother challenge. Literally reading the questions and I was like, oh, they were like really convoluted, not convoluted, but like really long-winded riddles, and I was like, what the fuck is going on
I
this
think
new
I
day?
guessed the third one correctly.
Yeah.
I think I got one of them right, so I would have had a 2/3 tattoo.
And like by the time you've already got a bit on me, like we're just gonna do the whole thing.
And
Real.
Like,
I was about to say, I think Asia, not that she was going anywhere, but like in that moment, she secured that she was not going
yeah.
home.
And
Period.
like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna if I'm getting the tattoo already, partially, and like we might as well complete the experience and get the full one because I don't want to
Mhm.
just have like a fucked half tattoo on me. I want to
Right.
be like, yeah, I was like
hmm
on a TV show and like this. I don't know. I just have like markings on me now. Like,
I thought, are we gonna talk about the cauldron?
I didn't have any
what about
notes on the
it?
cauldron. It seemed very like
You know,
just moot
Well,
pointed.
because like Jaharia, second time in a row is like attacking the other person in the bottom,
I mean,
and like a attempt to stay and be like, I've got so much to, I've got so much to prove. I've got like this and this, your shit. Like, oh, you did well at the start, but now you're flopping at the bottom, like the end of the season. You don't have a win.
I feel like it was like, I know I'm about to go home, so let me get some drama started for the producers, get some
Very that.
camera footage because the last few cauldrons have been a little like forced.
Yeah.
So
Throw a
it was,
chicken.
yeah,
Do
literally. Why
something.
don't they just have a chicken in there now? I
Exactly.
feel like after the season, that should just be like the centerpiece should always just be a chicken.
I'm calling it at the reunion. The Boulets will give them Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Um,
All right. And unfortunately, our ex-sister does leave the building this week. Jaharia is exterminated. And honestly, I'm a
mhm.
little sad about it. Like,
Yeah.
she literally is in the running for ex-sister, and with every way, shape, and form of it, I agree. Like, I think she's, from what we've seen, heartwarming to other people. I think
Hmm.
she's been an adventure to watch from the beginning, so like it's only correct.
hmm
I don't know. I feel like Jaharia had a big place in the storytelling of it all and was used in that sense. But I don't feel like we got to know like Jaharia,
Mm.
which was really like annoying, seeing as Jaharia was used so much for like sound bites and clips. So I hope that Jaharia would be able to come back for like a resurrection or Titans moment.
Hmm.
I think this definitely isn't the last we see of Jaharia. I think
Hmm.
she, I mean, she clearly wanted this really badly, and I think she just needs to hone her craft a little bit more. And
Oh yeah.
because, like, the Jaharia, I think, even if she wasn't performing as well as some of the other people in the competition, like, we all still loved her.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, ladies. Well, that is it for tonight's episode. Again, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Pleasant dreams, uglies.